Sam and Ron here with a perfectly imperfect marriage, and wanted to follow up a little bit from our last video where we were opening up communication. You can only cover so much in a 10-minute video, and communication is one of those topics that really we could talk years on just alone. But we got to the communication topic because of Google. So we Googled what is the top search that married couples are looking for? And what was that search?
How do I fix my marriage?
How about that? How do I fix my marriage? Could that be more vague?
No.
So we opened up communication a little bit and some communication dynamics and some steps that you could take to improve your communication dynamic with your spouse. Now, this word fix, that's kind of a loaded word. You can't really fix your marriage, one, by reading an article, or two, listening to somebody speak about it. But what you can do is begin to work on yourself and heal and grow and improve individually. And by doing that, that's going to have huge impact in your marriage dynamic and just naturally start to improve your marriage.
Yes. So fix, it will not. But heal, it can. And grow, it can. And unify, it definitely can. So today we're going to touch on some more steps, action steps, as we started in the last one.
Yes.
Because the purpose of this is to walk it out, not just sit and listen and daydream about what could be.
It could be so much better if.
And that is correct, though. If you step out of your comfort zone and you own a little bit of it, and you're part of that
growth.
Yes, fixing. So today we're going to talk a little bit about forgiveness.
And, you may not think that forgiveness has anything to do with communication, but it really does. Communication is an overarching pattern that happens within your marriage dynamic, but it touches every aspect of your marriage, and forgiveness very much does the same thing.
Yeah. And forgiveness isn't forgetting, but it is freeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's letting go of pain, hurt, anger, fear, and it's not for them. This is for you. They may get some benefits from it. I was trying to think of like the outward feeling of it. It wasn't coming to me. Benefit worked.
Okay.
But it is for you, and this is a step for you to take. So speaking forgiveness, and yes, some things have to be said out loud. So you're going to want to share that forgiveness with your spouse, and that is where they're going to get some benefit from it, and you're going to get the freeing from it.
So in this scenario that we're looking at, there's probably some conflict happening, whether you're in an argument or the argument has recently ended and now you're, stewing in your opposite corners of the house. And there's no communication at this point. But we want to heal. We want to, this marriage dynamic that you guys have is so valuable and it's fragile. So every now and then you've got to take intentional steps to heal. And when your spouse is at fault, again, we're not forgetting the infraction, but forgiveness releases this burden on you that you're holding on to it. You're holding on to the anger or, whatever it is. But speak it out loud. I forgive you for. And not only does that free you from the burden, but when your spouse receives this grace, they feel that weight lift as well.
And this might be a hard first step for some people. So sometimes, and we've done this with a small group that we did at the church. Actually, you didn't do it. Yes, we did. We did it together. We wrote letters to each other.
And we did.
That was where I was going with this. So, speaking it out loud might be a difficult first step. And that's okay. You don't have to start there. Maybe you could write a letter, a grace letter, a forgiveness letter to your spouse. Some of us are really good with writing, and that'd be a good starting point for you.
Yeah, especially if words come easier when you're writing than they do when you're speaking. Um, Understanding your specific um, communication dynamics.
Your strength.
Yeah, play to your strengths. But again, it needs to happen. Um, if forgiveness doesn't happen, resentment builds. Resentment happens, and resentment will destroy. And the goal here is to heal and strengthen. And small intentional steps over a long period of time. You're going to hear us say this a lot, but that's where change happens. And starting a forgiveness process, a forgiveness pattern that is intentional will have lasting effects on your, not just the strength and health of your marriage, but also your communication dynamic.
Yeah, through and through. Small steps lead to big things.
Absolutely.
So if you can't speak the forgiveness right now, maybe you could write it. And even if you don't give it to them right away, just writing it down and getting it out is going to free you up and start that path. There is one more thing on our forgiveness, and I do not remember what it is, so you're going to have to refer to your notes.
Which so slyly I just did. But pray for your spouse, and pray for your spouse daily. Now, we strongly encourage...
How did I forget that?
I'm not sure. So we strongly suggest that you pray together and pray together daily, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, but at some point, pray together. But this is different. This is praying for your spouse.
Yeah.
And throughout the day when you're alone, be intentional and take some time to pray for your spouse. And this isn't a prayer like, I pray that my wife does the dishes more regularly, or I pray that my wife makes a steak for dinner tonight. These are going to be prayers more about, that are specific to healing or things that are going on in your life right now. This isn't a wish list or, genie in a bottle kind of stuff.
Yes. You're not praying for them to be the way you want them to be.
Right.
You're praying for them to stand in their calling that God has ordained them for. You're praying for the struggles and the battles that come at them every day.
Yeah, that they've got the strength and the wisdom to walk through life healthy.
You're their shield.
And with that said, you want your spouse to be physically healthy, emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy. And when they show up to your marriage healthy, you have got the opportunity now to thrive and move forward together, shoulder to shoulder, attacking the world rather than letting the world take you guys off your game.
Yes, because the one thing that the devil wants is for you to be nose to nose fighting with each other, because if you're looking at each other, you're not looking at him.
Right.
But if you're shoulder to shoulder, standing facing him together, he's got no chance.
Yeah, you're not distracted. You're unified. Distractions will tear you up. And by incorporating forgiveness into your regular daily dynamic, and prayer specifically, it's going to strengthen you guys
100-fold. That's all we got for today. Forgiveness is the key. So your challenge this week, because we did not give you one with each, is just to lean into forgiveness. Ask the Lord, ask God, what's your strong suit and how should you move forward with forgiveness in something that maybe you don't even realize you've been holding on to with your spouse.
Yeah.
And be it an outward prayer, a letter, or just praying daily for your spouse. Take one of those steps this week. And if you haven't subscribed to us.
Like the video.
All right. See y'all in the next video.